Okay, that's it. Na 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 na. Okay, let's do something cool. That might be the best hook that we've ever had. Holy shit. Okay, guys, before we get started, I need you to do something for me real quick.
Follow us.
There you go. Do it.
That's good. We can do it again if you want.
No, that's good. Okay, guys, you're business owners, so you need to know how to do marketing in your business. And so here's the problem. The problem is, the problem and the pain point is, you have no idea what is working and what is not working. This is most business owners. And the reason why is because you don't keep track of the data. You got to keep track of the marketing data to know what is working, what is not working, what do you need to do, what do you need to stop doing. You need to know what you're doing, what you're not doing, what you need to be doing better, and what you need to just quit. And so this is going to be called the Data Monster Formula. God. So here's the problem. The problem is you're doing all this kind of marketing, you have no GPS. And so like whenever you're going on a road trip, what do? If you're like with the rest of the world, you're using your GPS. You got your GPS out. That's how you know which direction you need to go to get to your destination. And by marketing without data, that's like driving in some sort of direction without a map and without a GPS. So you gotta have your GPS. So I'm gonna give you the 4 points of this Data Monster Formula. So when it comes to marketing, you gotta be a data monster. Whenever I was first starting out as a business owner, you know what I did? I randomly just tried different things. I randomly tried SEO, I randomly tried Facebook ads, I randomly tried flyers, I randomly did all kinds of stuff. And you know what happened? I had no idea like if it was working, like if it was not working. How do I know? Because I didn't know because I was not tracking any kind of data. That's it, straight up. So you gotta track the data. Part number 1 is you need to treat this like almost like a car. So you have mechanical systems in your car. Like you have all these different parts of a car. You got mechanical systems, you got data systems, you got your wheels and your tires, you got your engine. You can have all these parts lying in your garage floor, but if they're not all put together, then it's not gonna run. You're not gonna ever get it out of the garage. And so you gotta have all these things communicate together, like all your email marketing, your website, social media, everything needs to connect somehow, and they need to communicate with each other in order to drive off effectively. Okay, so that's the first thing that you got to do. You just got to understand marketing in that way, because if you're doing email drips, those email drips need to eventually point people to the website. You got social media engagement that those people will eventually go to the website. They might opt into an email, like a lead magnet. Then the lead magnet gets an email drip. They become a client, then that person should get an email drip because of that, so on and so forth. And that's just the way it works. It's all like a car. But when it comes to the data systems, you got 3 main parts. The first part is you gotta get all your Google stuff and your social pixels stuff in place. So what is this? This is Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Tag Manager, and all of your social media pixels for advertising. So this could be Facebook pixels, this could be Snapchat pixels, LinkedIn pixels, wherever you decide that you want to run ads for on social media. What does all of this do? This is basically all of the base stuff that you need to install on your website. It's just simple code that you can just send to your web professional, and it takes 2 seconds to install on the website. So what does this allow you to do? It allows you to track users who have visited your website, so now you can retarget them once they visit your site. I'm sure you have seen this before. You go to a website, you're looking at a pair of shoes, you decide not to buy those pair of shoes, and then you get 20 different ads over the next month on those exact pair of shoes, and that is because they pixeled you. All of the Google stuff, it's all free. Once you get it on your website, you will be able to track user behavior, not just user behavior, like user behavior as far as like what pages they visit, what order of pages they visit. You will also know what browser they use, whether it's mobile, whether it's desktop, where they come from, where they live, and how you acquired that traffic. The second main thing you need to put on your website is what's called heat maps and scroll maps. Now, what are these? Heat maps and scroll maps are tools that you can put in place that allow you to track where users click on your website, and a scroll map is how far down they decide to scroll on your page. What does this allow you to do? It allows you to determine where are the most highest concentrated areas on your web pages, so that way you can put the most prime things on your website in that area, because obviously people are clicking around there and that is prime real estate. Now here's a tip though. I wouldn't put these things on there until you get a decent amount of traffic. My recommendation is you get 1,000 users a month coming to your website. And the reason is because if you have less than that, heat maps and scroll maps, like that's a conversion tool. That should not be your priority at that point. Your priority should be getting your traffic up on your website, and then you worry about conversion. The fourth and last point of this formula is you just need to put a recurring event in your calendar every single quarter. And so what I mean by this, there's just some things you just have to track manually, such as open and click rates on your email marketing, social media engagement. These are things that you as a human being need to track on your own. You cannot have a computer tell you that these things are what are going to be best. Yeah, you have tools in place that will allow you to measure it, but it is you as a human being that's going to decide what you need to tweak and what you need to stop using. So to close off this data monster formula, you got to do the four things. You got to think like a mechanic and think like how all these systems fit together like a car, because if you don't have all these systems communicating with each other, you're not going to get out of the garage. The second thing is get all your Google Analytics and Google Search Console, all the Google things, and your social pixels. The third thing is all your heat and scroll maps. And the fourth thing is put a recurring event in your calendar to review all of these things. And that will allow you to not be Bruce Banner, but it will allow you to be the Hulk.